Alright guys, and welcome to, well, I was actually going to play Stalker 2 today, but this is a little showcase of something a bit different.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar!
This is Metaphor ReFantazio. I just thought I'd give it a little run out. It's a game that was, well, it received a lot of awards.
Grotesque as its people.
A lot of nominations, I should say.
You dreamt of utopia.
At this year's Game Awards.
United as one.
And I wanted to give it a little run out. This is not a series, this is just a showcase.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence.
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
That's a good evil stare, isn't it? All right, so look, this game, I wanted to give it a go. This is just the demo.
Prologue of Metaphor ReFantazio. What we have to offer you is but a taste of the story from its beginning. But through it, your experience will mirror the full version. Should you wish it, you may carry over your save data to the full version. We thank you for expressing your curiosity about our tale of fantasy.
Game content seen here may vary from the full version of the game. Good. Yes, so this is just the demo you can download. Obviously, I've not bought the game, but the prologue is about 4 or 5 hours, apparently. And it is, as they say, genuinely, you can play this and then go straight into the main game, picking up where you left off, which I do kind of like. I love it when demos do that. And yeah, Metaphor ReFantazio, which is a name that got my curiosity piqued just simply because of its name. I want to find out more about it. It has a really unique art style, which again I think is one of the awards it was up for. I don't know how well it did at the Game Awards, but yeah, why not? Let's have a quick check on the settings, sound settings. I think everything sounds already quite balanced. Voice volume. Sound effects, I always like to take sound effects down a touch. Master is also already down, which I quite like. Background music, I will take the edge off. Save settings, yes, let's just get into it, shall we? Alright, I know nothing about this game other than lots of people love it. And it looks pretty good, especially it's an anime style, of course, you can already tell. That cartoony graphic edge to it. I don't know if that's computer generated or it's literally frame by frame hand drawn. It looks like it.
I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight.
Oh, okay, we've got to, I think we've got to, hang on, it says fast forward, log or auto. Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Is this a fourth wall thing?
Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest?
It does, as does the art style. It's beautiful. Just even looking at this concept art sketch screen. Love it.
Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
My God, I feel like I'm falling in love with a scheming man. Tell me your real name. Who shall guide the protagonist? Well, it's Sam, isn't it? Yes, it is. Your name is indeed Sam. You will name the protagonist later. Oh, okay.
Ah, a most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours.
Yes, well, that's true. I do, unless yours is the planet Earth at 2024.
It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
Ooh. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Well, that's what fantasy strictly means. Would you call it a powerless creation? A powerless creation? No, not always. It has the ability to influence people, I think. Imagination can influence what you choose to do in your life. So, not always.
More than wishful thinking, more than fiction. Something capable of affecting the realities beyond its bounds. This must be what you believe.
Yeah, sure.
I confess, my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself, so let this tale begin.
Let it begin. I'm keen to get started. Easy, normal, storyteller, hardware, regicide. Regicide. I love that. To kill a king. No, I'll go with normal. Start on normal. Yes, I am ready. I'm not sure what I'm ready for. Honestly, I've no idea what to expect. And I'm sorry, we're already about 7 or 8 minutes into the episode. But here we go.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
I think that's the problem.
Bandits! Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners. No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? How'd they get one of those?
Come on! Hey, keep it moving! Hurry it up! Next one! Huh? Look at you! What have we got here? He's an elder! So he is. No horns, no knife is. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, What's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy. Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum.
It's a little brutal.
Now fall in line! Unless you want to get stuck like us.
Oh! Okay, she can be brutal too.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Oh, let's go. Okay, if that's my character, then I'm already disappointed. But it's a little weird, isn't it? Because you know this is a Japanese game, and the game would probably be served better.
This place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Louis saving us?
Oh, it's a little fairy. Yeah, game would probably be better playing with the Japanese dialogue, but the English subtitles, obviously, because I don't speak Japanese. But I don't know. Already, it's interesting. It's not my kind of game. It's not my kind of genre, really. But I do want to hear more. So, Gallica, are you the tiny little fairy that we're talking to?
Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached?
Look at you with your little bathing suit.
Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
Okay, what mission are you all right? Let's go with concern for everybody else first.
Are you all right?
Been worse. And from the sounds of it, you're about the same. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
I gotta say, it's nice to have a companion. A flying one. Right, I want to get into the gameplay now. Come on, game. Let's bring it on. Load it up. The Tradia Desert, I think that says.
Think we'll make it?
Okay, audio's cut out. I'm thinking we should find a place where we can see the whole area. All right, the dubbed audio didn't work there. Basic controls. Use the movement keys to move. Yes. While hold R2 while moving to dash. Press circle to dodge enemy attacks. What I like is it's already understood I'm holding a PlayStation controller. Some actions you can perform and their corresponding controls are displayed at the bottom of the screen. You can also use the minimap to see which way to go. Got it. Last part of the basic controls. You can view tutorials you've seen before in the main menu.
Let's go.
Okay, so dash. Stop! I did dash. Wait, I'm sensing something close. Don't move. Okay. Ah, a sandworm. Beautiful. Now.
Watch out.
Watch out. I don't think they've noticed us yet, though. All right. What do I do? Press L2 to use the phase sight. This ability lets you see what Gallica senses in the environment. When you see an enemy you've never confronted before, it will show up as unknown. Prepare as best you can. Okay. All right, unknown.
They look pretty
Preparing.
tough.
What do
Careful
I prepare
now.
for? Okay, I've got a square button. Square button.
Not to nag.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well this is great. I died at the very beginning. Fantasy is dead.
Will your tale end here?
Yeah, probably. No, come on, let's try. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Let me try that again.
Okay.
Okay, level 1. Avoid the enemies and head for high ground. Oh, avoid the enemies.
We gotta be careful.
Oh, I don't want to engage with them. Well, all right. We got wild dogs over here. Shall I see if I can kill one of these things?
Strong ones ahead. We gotta be careful.
God, even these things are difficult to beat. Okay, I see what they're doing here. I've got to run through this horde of wild creatures and get to high ground. All right, I get you. Oh my God, look at that lion with a scorpion's tail, and it's seen me. Okay, just keep going. It's right behind me, isn't it? Yep, it's on top of me. Oh, good Lord.
Look.
All right, we got away with it. So you're not supposed to fight anything there, I think, is the mission. Is the message and the mission. A conflation of two words.
Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do?
Absolutely no idea, no. Refresh my memory, please.
Right. What am I doing again?
So, Strange, the travelling boy, bit of an androgynous-looking character, but just perfectly fine. I don't like the detail of the heterochromia, you know, the two different coloured eyes. Looks very nice in almost every game it ever comes out in.
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives?
Oh, that one.
First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die.
Okay.
And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road.
Don't let the sun go down on me.
You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least.
Right, so she is a fairy. Did I call her a pixie earlier on? My apologies. That was probably a massive insult.
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Yep. Oh, well, look at that.
Right.
It's as though music is playing directly in my mind. The effect of Gallica's magic is inspiring.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all.
Huh.
Makes the road a little easier.
Okay, there's got to be a reason why this game has been voted so and rated so highly. I don't know if I felt it yet, but I think certainly the art style is commendable already in a game.
Over there.
That's a road. Yes, it's a road. Kind of. What a relief. Grand Trad is already in sight.
Let's go.
Okay, lots of other creatures.
Got a sec?
Keep moving and stay out of sight. Oh, really? So I've got to I've got to play it stealthy and avoid creatures. Okay. Oh, I just pressed L3 by accident, and it's brought up the dialogue that we've already had played in the game. Okay, let me go through this giant rib cage here. I was thinking that might be the sprint button. It's not the sprint button. What do you do?
This.
No, check. Oh, God. I keep on adapting for Xbox controls, but I keep forgetting it's picked up that it's a PlayStation. How you found something? So 2 medicinal herbs. Where am I actually going? Reach the royal capital. Is there a map or anything? No, I just took a screenshot. Item, use an item, load tutorial story. No, I guess not. Alright, we just continue. No sprinting. Items, memorandum, menu, no. R1, map, there you go. Okay, so we're heading straight ahead. That's fine. So it looks like at the beginning, I've got to... This is bad, she says. Why, what's bad? I've just got to basically avoid creatures. Oh, good lord. It's not...
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
O great seeker, bearer of fantasy empowered. Hear my wish and come forth from thy epoch of glory to grant something I didn't read in time. Epic.
Whoa, just look!
Whoa.
Okay, well, what happened to the sandworms in the desert? We just skipped that bit, maybe. Okay, that's fine with me. I didn't fancy a fight anyway. So we're in the big city, eh?
Get on with it, then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
God, it doesn't...
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin?
Okay, we've got cat people. Yeah, so it doesn't scrimp on the gore and the violence.
Oh,
careful!
Hurry!
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid!
I have 0 street smarts. I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Look, we're not tourists here. We gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only Elder here, in the whole city even.
Okay, so what's an elder, and why is it written with a lowercase e? It's not of an importance. It's not a race. Like, maybe human would be written as a lowercase h. Yes.
Incredible.
Okay, so I'm
all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside.
Okay, lots of different tribes, diverse. It looks great. In fact, this screenshot is probably the most vibrant we've seen so far.
Not that it's very balanced. I see more Clamars and Roussants than anyone else.
It's sort of a pencil drawing outline thing, which is reminiscent of Borderlands. Obviously, the art style's different, but that does sort of come into it. And the out of focus distance, really, and near sight. So we've got very much a planar view here, focused on these people on the street. But what's near camera, what's far away from camera, out of focus. Kind of a cool touch, actually.
Which means a dopey Elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Okay.
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty?
Okay, tell me.
They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Yes, he was brutally murdered in the chest with a knife.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
Her name's Worrywart Lady. A worrywart is somebody who worries too much.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
And a gossipy lady. I love the titles of their names. Someone who gossips a lot.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them.
A resting soldier. Well, I mean, God, they're very the names are wonderful. They describe what that person likes to do. This guy likes to rest.
The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Louis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Count Louis at the helm.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
Would not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
Well, Gallica, the fairy, just simply goes, ugh. All right, come on, give me some action here.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best, the saint, could purify this affliction.
All right, who's this now on the slab there?
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out?
Okay, so this person's been here in a coma of sorts for 10 years. Over 10 years even. With these red thorns keeping him entrapped.
No doubt His Highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed His Highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy.
I just realised we've got a kind of a sepia look to the scene. Is this, and that's maybe Gallica, the floating fairy there, and me at the full front of the camera. Is this a memory?
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission.
Oh.
For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Right, we're jumping about a lot here, and I'm still trying to catch, it's like catching hold of mist, a thread of what's happening here. We've had a murdered king or emperor. We were captured and escaped. Gallica, are you listening? I'm kind of listening, but my brain doesn't work this well. Go on then, Gallica. Explain a bit more. I was off in the distant past.
Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close.
Right, so the prince. Is that the person who was in the coma?
Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted so you can meet up with our operative.
Right.
Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne.
Okay.
That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us.
Okay. Not sure what this means.
Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers.
Right, recruitment center. Soldiers. Got it. I like the little loading screen, though. It's interesting. Okay, do you know where we're going? Feel free to admit that you're lost and ask me for advice. Yeah, I'm totally lost. Where do I go? What to know in town. Press R1 to open the local map. If you're unsure of what to do, try pressing triangle. Gallica always had a good idea, or she thinks so. Press up in safe areas like towns to save your progress.
Whatever will I do?
Okay, well, let's get a save point done. Save point done.
Let's go see.
Triangle. Just brought up. We don't have time for detours. If you're lost, check your map. Just go straight down the main street and you should find that recruitment center. All right, Gallica. I'm on my way. I see now. We got the mini map. What's the little blue icon there? What does that do? Oh, the Lycaon Magic Association. Oh, I really want to explore that, but I've just entered another cutscene. Thank you.
Look at that. The new model's out now. I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
It's clean, isn't it?
For you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
Not in trade. What is a magic igniter?
What's a magic igniter?
See? There's a couple in the window. Like an instrument plays a tune, an igniter casts magic. Pretty hard to come by out in the countryside. Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic.
Oh, like a wand?
Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the Magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Magla. So that's a kind of the force of magic, I suppose.
Wonders never cease. A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city?
Completely new to this entire world and potentially genre. I love your jacket, by the way. You spent way more on the lining than you did on the outside.
Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an igniter?
Yes, shady lady.
Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is
bigger than
modeled
me.
after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
It's gigantic, the royal scepter. Okay, I've got to keep asking questions.
The royal scepter?
Yes, Traveling Boy. I've just realized that's my name. Traveling Boy.
You've really never heard of it. Wow. Where do I even start?
All right, stop. Everyone's trying to embarrass me. It's not my fault. I don't know what you're all talking about.
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty, passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic, world-shattering power.
It looks like... Okay, hang on a minute. So it looks like it goes over the shoulders. That's a rib cage, right? So I can wear this thing.
More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead, with no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king. You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
So she was called Shady Woman, and now she's called Igniter Merchantess. I like that. She who sells igniters. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, lady. Shady.
I'll keep that in mind.
A word of caution, then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Oh, yes. I appreciate that. I'm not asking anyone to look after me apart from the flying fairy here.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous.
She
has a point, though.
We need to be careful. Okay.
Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning to. That was an auto stop that I did not manufacture, organize, desire. So this is what we want. Shop igniter. A bit gaudy. Oh, shut up, I quite like that one. Okay, right, we'll continue on. Oh no. More strangers, random interactions, idle man. Oh, the recruitment place. Go down the street towards the cathedral. It'll be in the building on the far left. Thank you very much. You're looking to enlist as a soldier. It's not like there's other work for elders, I guess. So elders, without the ER, elders, is it a race? A gender? I don't know. I think you're better than the grime of the Sunshade Road you crawled out of. You're in for a rude awakening. Shut the F up. I'll be back to strike you with my magic wand later. Alright, here we go. The Grand Trad? It's very hard to read that font. I was hoping we'd blend in with the crowd and no one would have noticed that you're an elder, but the people here have sharper eyes than I thought. We don't want to draw attention, but hiding your tribe. Okay, so we are of a tribe. It's only going to make it worse if we hide it. People may insult you, but do your best to stand tall. Well, I can only be as tall as I physically am. Easier said than done, I'm sure, but it's for the sake of the mission. And on that note, the recruitment center we're looking for should be just ahead. Okay, Forden's old and Louis is stronger, so... oh, this is just background chat. Right, the minimap not rotating with my direction is a little off-putting. I'm not used to that. I suppose it helps us work out what's north, east, west, and south. Right, up here then. Do I just sneak around the back of these armed guards, or am I going to get stabbed in the face with a spear here?
That must be the recruitment center. I'll let you take it from here. It should be pretty straightforward.
What's straight ahead? Maybe straightforward.
Oh, and if they start asking questions, just be as honest as you can. Lying will only make us more suspicious. So long as you don't compromise the mission, you're fine.
Yeah, what was my mission again?
Good luck in there. Knock 'em dead.
Knock 'em dead? Okay, Gallica, thank you very much. Alright, grab a quick save here, just in case.
Okay.
I couldn't.
You got this.
I don't know what happened there, I was trying to save it. Too late.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet swaddled lordlings. Why are you here?
He's not talking to me, right? He's talking to somebody on the other side of that wall. A blue blood.
Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth.
Alright, this character is far too significant and good looking. I have a feeling he's going to become part of my party. Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth.
I'm looking to enlist.
Is that enough for you, or...?
An uppity one, aren't you?
Yes.
Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country. But mark my words, war will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Insolent pup! You will learn your place.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Okay, that guy's head looks like a candy floss.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up.
Guess it's my turn. I think that guy and and we're going to be friends.
I thought your kind was long gone.
Right, an elder. What is an elder? And what is our tribe famous for? Our kind long gone? Why?
Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use more of those. So, what brings you to enlist?
Lack of an other option. Okay, I want to fight for change. I need the money, or I'm just so bored. Why am I here? I want to fight for change.
I want to fight for real change.
I don't think he's going to believe that.
Lofty words for a gutter rat with an empty coin purse, no?
Oh yeah, that's true. I also need the money.
So, what can you bring to our beloved corps? Any skills to speak of?
I'm really good at running away from the opening few minutes of the game. I'm stronger than I look. I've got a sharp mind. I can take a lot of punishment. I'm small but quick. Or I've always been lucky. Oh, that's good.
I've always been pretty lucky.
I asked for your skills, boy.
Damn it.
Right, last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
I wonder if I've just picked a skill, like by choosing that option. Oh, we'll see. Oh, here we go. Enter the name of the story's protagonist. Samster. For rhymes with hamster. I don't really know why I picked that. So the name of the protagonist is Samster. Yes, sure, go on.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet.
Oh yes, I should have mentioned I can write.
All right, lad. Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sighting, so stay sharp out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment.
I'll do my very best,
You can
sir.
pick up your kit at reception. Standard issue guardsman armor and igniter. Kingdom property. So if you break it, it's coming out of your commission. On your way now. Up to.
Right. Armor and an igniter. Something which interfaces with the magic. What a long line. Guess we've got no choice but to wait our turn. Oh, God, I'm not into waiting. I want to get on with it. Oh. Can I jump ahead? Recruit a dispatcher.
Uh-huh.
Why are you cutting in line? Everyone will get their igniters in order. No one ever follows directions. Why do only thugs come in here? Right, hang on a minute. Can I cut in line? Who's this person? Unmotivated man. Are you enlisting too? Not much choice if you don't have money or a job. Reeve makes the world go round, as it were. So is Reeve the currency in the game? You want a magic igniter, join the queue. Cutting's only going to get you chewed out. Oh, I want a bit of chewing out. Ah, this is the guy, the young nobleman who we saw. I love this. Look at this. Really interesting. Like the art style I like, actually. It looks really good. And I think it makes for a simpler showcase, or a simpler sort of graphic generation. Like sometimes games can spend so long trying to render complicated textures, but you don't necessarily need them, you know? Anyway, young nobleman. Whoa. You enlisting as well? The line starts behind me. If so, or was this something you needed? Are you really a noble? I take it you overheard my interview. Yes, guilty as charged. I am a noble, but just a countryside son of a lord. My family is of no real consequence.
Well,
let's just say I have my own circumstances. I'm volunteering to fight in order to protect the kingdom, foolish or not. Okay, right. Do I genuinely have to queue up? Oh. All right, I'm queuing. It's called Waters Day. I like that. Makes a nice change.
I heard they get sightings.
What gossip? The gossips are in motion again.
What? Of those huge monsters?
Oh, you think that's why
we're low
on
on soldiers?
You can do the voiceover.
Wish they'd have told us that. What did they call them? Something like,
Next!
Okay, got it. I'm up!
Another Clamar. Wait. No. You don't look like the others.
Yep, I'm an elder.
Surely not. An elder? It's the first of your kind I've seen.
How can you tell? Like, what makes an elder look like an elder? Is it the blue hair? Is it the heterochromatic eyes? Is it the plaid suit? I don't know what.
Move it. There's a priority around here.
Yeah, it's called a queue, my friend. You move it. Bruce Saint Man, or should we just call you Rude Man?
We're arming squires and children with igniters now. Waste of good gear. Spare off in my hands. Give it
I think my noble friend is about to cut in here.
Brute force, crude insults. The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
I knew it. I knew this guy was going to become a part of my crew, a friend.
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high and mighty Clamar, is it?
Look, you look like your beard's been glued on.
You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Rousseau strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
Interesting that we've got the character on screen, but we also have him alongside his subtitled speech there at the bottom left. I mean, maybe in some cases that's going to work really, really well, but it's just totally not necessary here. In fact, the character on the bottom of the screen at the left actually artistically looks better than the animated one we've got in the main shot. Just an observation, not a criticism.
Come on, no fighting in the ranks.
Sorry for making a scene. You alright?
Yes, I just found out how you spell R-G-R-H. Very nice. Thanks. Yeah, we should just say thank you. A simple thank you.
Thanks. You didn't have to do that.
Just felt like stepping in. Don't worry about it. Well, see you around. Try not to die out there.
All right, that young nobleman.
Don't make my job any harder, please. Here, you igniter.
That young nobleman will earn a name. He's probably the king's son, a bastard that nobody's ever heard of. But he has the blood of the king. It's going to be something like that. Or I have. Somebody's going to be the heir to the throne because there's no heir. Got to be right. Right, so we got a cinder igniter.
These days, most come with their own magna crystals. So with practice, anyone can use magic. To an extent, anyway.
Right, so there'll be certain people in the world that don't need crystals, that could just handle and manipulate magla, which I like, aka magic, without the need of a crystal.
It's not the sort of thing you can master in a day. For now, newbies like you best focus on surviving.
I do like his helmet. It's unfortunate that it hides your eyes from the... Well, you won't see whatever's coming for you coming, will you? Oh, it goes around your neck. Captain I spoke with earlier had one too. They must take on many different forms like I saw on the main street.
And take this too. Protect it with your life.
What's this? What else am I taking? A map. The Royal Capital Vicinity Map. Okay.
Wow, that's a real map.
Yes, yes.
It's dangerous to even chart the wilds, but this is full of details. Only the military could pull this together.
Listen up, striplings.
Striplings? What the hell? Why would you use that?
My name is Captain Klinger.
Klinger.
And as of this moment, you miserable lot are under my command.
Klinger. When I was at school, that was one of the names that was chosen for what people used to say were little bits of poo that you never wiped out properly. I never had them. I'm just saying that's what people call. Anyway. You miserable lots are under my command. Okay, Klinger.
I'm sure you've all heard about our forces being tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
Perfect. That's exactly where our contacts hold up.
Enjoy tonight's sleep, because it's the last full night's rest you'll get. Dismissed!
Well, you know, I'm only going to be recording like the first hour of this game, so there's about 10 minutes left to go in this episode. And I don't think we're quite yet...
They really are desperate for new blood.
These are the recruits. Okay, so I don't think we've really quite got to the essence of the game, and that's a real shame. But this is a nice taster, a teaser. And maybe I'll do another one tomorrow, because Stalker 2's updates have been coming frequently, and the pace is... it's high, rapid. Stalker 2, though. Oh, why am I talking about that game while we're playing this one? I'll drop something, some comment at the end. Anyway, look at the other recruits. They really are desperate for new blood. Okay, well, let's speak to them all, shall we?
Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword.
I've got a sword? Have I got a sword?
He'll also know right away why we've come. And don't worry, I'll recognize him. Well, the charming captain is probably right. We should get some rest before tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'm getting rest. What about you, Gallica?
Hey. You awake?
No, I'm resting.
Nope, I'm asleep. Good night.
F off.
Haha, very funny. Look, I just have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep.
Try lying down and closing your eyes.
I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
Prejudice. Oh, you mean towards the elders? It never gets easier. Well, it's just how it is, yes.
That's just how it is.
Well, I don't think that should be how it is.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that is how it is. Not that I think it should be how it is.
Some people are even saying it's the lesser tribe's fault that the monsters are showing up at all.
Oh, it's always their fault, the lesser ones.
These are the same kind of people who burned down your village, remember?
Yeah, we probably had it coming. That was a long time ago. Does that mean we should forgive them?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but still. The prince was kind to take you in. He cared more about who you were than what you were. I can see why you'd want to repay him. Oh, speaking of, he's the one who gave you that book, right? Can I see it?
Oh, that book? Sure.
Sure, I guess.
I didn't even know what this book was, but there it is.
I've been curious. Thanks.
I mean, Gallica seems nice. Oh, here we go. This is back to the same loading screen.
It's what you call a fantasy story, right?
That we saw at the beginning. Oh, I've just noticed. Okay, this is much more future. This is more of the world we live in than this fantasy world. A fantasy story.
So it's a fantasy world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories.
Oh, I think I see where this is going.
Okay, let's see. It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw.
Skyscrapers, streetlights. This looks like our world. I'm talking to you.
In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination.
Oh, I think you found the wrong world if you're talking about Earth and humans.
Wow. So not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over.
Oh, don't worry. People will always find differences to argue about.
In such a world, there is no need for sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and labor.
Honestly, in a world if everybody looked precisely the same, there would be something that would divide us into groups. It's human nature.
Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well traveled.
It'd be those who don't cut their nails, or people with eyebrows, or stupid stuff like that. Those people who walk with a slight limp on the left when the sun is going down. There'll be groups.
And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal.
Wow, this is not the world I know.
Whoa. You see, no magic, no tribal conflict, and equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy. But it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world.
Right, I see what they're trying to do here. Well, it's not our world either, is it? But, okay, it's an ideal world where everybody's the same, treated equally. No war, peace. That sounds great, doesn't it?
Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own? Well, guess I'll just read more later.
I'm interested in this. Now I'm interested.
Good night.
Okay, I want to know more. I want to know more about that fantasy book world. Okay, Water's Day, Late Night. Record the events thus far. That's a save point. Yeah, okay, go. No, overwrite. Yes. I like the splash screens. They're very nice. But I gotta say that font is difficult to read in certain parts. With certain words, it takes a little bit of eye scanning to figure out what it is actually being said on the screen. Okay.
Shouldn't you be resting?
Oh, that book.
I'm fine. In fact, I'm glad we have this chance to talk.
They're talking without the lips
I've been
moving.
reading, and I hope that someday we can make our kingdom like the place in this book. You said it was some kind of fantasy novel, didn't you? Our lives are decided at birth, by tribal purity, or by the differences that make us who we are. I don't want that to be the world we live in. The Elder here are a perfect example. If you'd not sheltered me, I would never have survived. And yet, they burned your home down. It's tragic, and no one should have to suffer so. Someone needs to fix... You okay? Don't push yourself so hard. Reality is much too cruel. I know that. But I'll fight it. I'll fight to the end.
Those little red tendrils.
I'm a prince. But I need to be a hero. One worthy of the throne.
Right, that's the prince who was
hero?
like Sleeping Beauty that we saw in the previous
A
scene.
beacon who will pierce the darkness when all seems lost. My father taught me that. In his stories, the kingdom was full of legendary heroes. So I can't give up. In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. Not that I expect it will be easy. I believe in you. Familiar words. When I'm down, when I struggle, you're always there to help me through it. Let's do it. You'll be a hero. Trust me.
Right. This confirms he's got links to the prince. But the prince is the one who ends up with those sort of rose thorny, tendrily things around his body. There you go. That we saw with him unconscious. He'd been there for 10 years like that. Yeah, like that, but with the thorns.
I won't give up either. Trust me.
I like it. Okay, this is really feeding into the narrative now, I understand. So this character is trying to rescue the prince, probably. Unless something else has happened in the 10 years since then till now. Look at this. I gotta be honest. I know it's the style of animation that I've always annoyed. It's always annoyed me a little bit because there's not many frames per second in terms of what's drawn on screen, and that's why I've not really been a big lover of anime cartoons. It's because of that stop-start frame rate animation that just gets on my nerves. It's like 8 frames a second or something like that, and it just I can see it. I can see it, and it bothers me. But
until
having said that,
at the
it's beautifully. It looks beautiful.
Day remains.
Okay, what? Arbor's Day, one day remains. I'm sorry I spoke over that. Right, here we go. We got a map. Choose a new destination. I wonder how far we've come. Let's find a destination. The Northern Border Fort. Okay, well, I think you're not giving me a choice. World map. You can view information about your surroundings in the world map. Use the movement keys to highlight the location you want to learn about, then press X. Got it. Why is it so many games don't understand? Like, when you transfer from a PlayStation controller to mouse keyboard, you haven't plugged in a generic controller. This game knows I've plugged in a PlayStation controller. I love it.
This place here.
Alright, Northern Border Fort. A fortress built to defend Grand Trad during the Annex War. After long disuse, it is now manned due to frequent monster sightings.
Don't forget.
Okay, we should find them quickly. Got it.
Okay then.
All we can do for now is rest. We have a big day tomorrow. Okay, let's rest up. And look forward to the big day.
The carriage transporting the new recruits arrives at its destination.
Oh, Idles Day. I love the days of the week. This is great. I want to look at those in more detail.
The Northern Border Fort. The towering fortress was built during the Annex War in the mountains at the edge of the territory. Even now, soldiers are sent there for its strategic importance to the royal capital and to combat the rising waves of monsters. Fresh-faced soldiers disembark from their coaches at the foot of a steep ascent to the fort, the first of many uphill battles.
Oh, finally. Can hardly feel my legs.
All right, there's our friend again, the young nobleman whose name we've yet to hear.
Listen well, you lackwits. The battlefield is no place to sit on your asses, and the border front is always a battlefield. The call to arms could sound at any time. Stand to, curs. You have the honor to serve at the command of Captain Klinger, war hero, tactician, master of arms. When I earned rank in the trenches, forged in the blood of my...
Spare us this drivel.
Oh, I agree.
Say, friend, I'm curious. What is it about that book that's captivated you so?
It's about another world. A world with no magic. A world with only one tribe. Or it's hard to explain. Well, it's not that hard to explain. You had 2 other reasons up here. A world with no magic.
It's interesting. It tells the tale of a world with no Magla arts. A peaceful one.
A world with no Magla arts would be better, would it? I admit, I'm intrigued.
It's funny, isn't it? It's like saying a world with no weapons. A world with no guns and knives. Bombs. Would it be better, or would we just find other ways of killing each other?
So it's describing a better world. A utopia, perhaps. I'm something of a reader myself, but that's not like any book I've read. You know, when the late king took the throne, he was quite the idealist himself. He made grand claims about unifying the people under his rule. Never managed to do it in the end, of course. Reform takes more than high-minded, eloquent speeches. Maybe he was too blind to see that himself.
Listen to you. A babe with his first sword thinking he knows better than a king. Keep your mouth shut. No one cares what you think.
Oh, out of the mouths of babes.
Nobody asked you.
Something to say?
Oh, come on.
Go on.
He's gonna kick your ass,
listening.
Russaint soldier. Is it a fight you want?
If it's a fight you want, draw your blade.
Oh, come on, it's fighting talk. I've got to get some action today.
Didn't think you'd just challenge me straight out. You've got guts for a lesser tribesman.
Well, Clemar, I'll let it go this time.
Oh, come on,
but
you.
only because I like your friend. Next time, keep your complaining to yourself.
Coward. Well, at least I stood up for him.
That's the last thing I need. Though I suppose I deserved it in part, speaking ill of the dead and all.
Oh, you mean speaking of the prince or the king? Which one is it that died? I forgot. But at least I've paid him back for him standing up for me.
My mouth tends to get ahead of my thoughts sometimes. Although I'm glad a bad habit seems to have drawn us together. Oh, never got round to an introduction. I'm Stroll.
Stroll!
Leon Stroll, son of the Count of Harlia. And you are?
Leon Stroll, son of the Count of Harlia. Leon Stroll. Why do I feel like I know that name? Well, I'm Samster.
That's my name.
It'd be great if I want a game that actually learns, like through AI, to pronounce the name you add to your character in the game, and it inserts it in every sentence throughout the dialogue. It's not far off, guys. It's not far off. A few years, couple of years maybe. The first game that does that, I think it'd probably be Hideo Kojima who does it first, because he's the one who innovates. Won't that be cool? You can give it any name you like, and I can imagine some hilarious names people could come up with that would make their playthrough so funny. Anyway.
I have that right? It's got a certain weight to it. For what it's worth, my title doesn't mean much. Here and now, we're peers and equals.
By the skin of my teeth! Now, where was I? Right, as for you, fresh meat...
Someone, help!
Is that a soldier?
I'm a dying one.
Hey, speak to me, man. What happened?
Listen. Stay on guard. It's too...
It's too what?
Okay. Not one of mine. Must be one of the fort's guard. Those damn vultures across the border. They must have heard about the king's death. Anyway, to the fort. Double time. I'll stay behind to see to the poor bastard's wounds.
Got a feeling he's a traitor. He's gonna kill him while we're not
You want
looking.
us to go on ahead? Alone? Shouldn't we at least send a team back to ask for...
I knew fear would take you at the first step. You want to turn tail? Are you a traitor to the cause? The Guard has no place for cowards. You are part of His Majesty's Royal Army. Swallow your fear. Fight with pride. And we'll all have medals this time tomorrow.
Okay.
He's right. We're warriors. Up there is our first chance at glory and riches. Damned if I'm gonna waste it. Let's go.
Damn it.
Your deaths.
Well, I suppose this is what we signed up for. Onward, to the fort then.
Well, are we about to get a little action?
Hey, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, it's Star Wars.
It's hard to explain, but it's like there's a stench in the air, and it's getting stronger.
Sorry, I had a bad lunch.
Hey, did something happen? Wait, is that a... fairy? Did you catch it yourself?
Catch it? Like it's a disease? Look, she's with me.
She's with me.
Yes, and I have a name, by the way. It's Gallica.
So you travel together? You've stayed well hidden for quite a while.
Well, I didn't want anyone making a fuss. But we've got bigger problems right now. I can't shake this feeling. We gotta be careful.
We just gotta.
Agreed. I'll follow orders, but I'm not about to let this armchair general send me to my death. Let's take a moment, then head in once we're prepared. I assume you know how to use an igniter properly?
This guy called Stroll. I mean, I'm going to call him Dave. Dave Stroll from the Foo Fighters. I know you know how to use an igniter. No, I don't. I've got no idea, to
I'm
be
not
honest.
so sure. He's never used one before. I mean, he's a commoner, so not much chance to.
Commoner? A commoner? In inverted commas?
Fair enough. Well, just stay behind me and you'll be all right. I swear I won't let you die.
I'm with you.
Okay, Stroll, a brave fighter, trying to conceal his nobility, has become your ally.
Oh, this is bad. I didn't think you'd actually have to fight anyone. I just hope our contact in the fort's okay. Let's keep our guard up and hope we find out.
Idle's Day evening, Idle's Day night. This is cool. I'm just looking for a... Oh, here we go. An unexpected turn of events, but don't lose sight of our mission, okay? Our ally is inside here.
Yep.
As my guess, somehow we gotta find him. Half-heartedly running with such purpose. What was that you were talking about? You said something about your ally. No, nothing. I was just worried about the soldiers inside. I see. Well, whatever the case, this situation concerns me too. Let's go inside. It looks impressive, doesn't it? The Northern Border Fort. Do you know what? I was only going to make a quick hour-long episode of this and not do any more, just to give you a little taster of the game. But we've not yet really had the chance to put any combat into action, which now I can swing a sword, I can see is going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to do a little tutorial in there in the next one. I've got to do one more of these. I hope you've enjoyed this first part of this game. It's called Metaphor, right? ReFantazio, all one word. A very, very unique name, and I'll figure out why it's called that another time. This is just the demo. It's free. You can download it yourself. I want to play another. I want to play another hour of this at least, just to see more of this game. And I think those of you that watch this one probably want to see a little more as well. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next part, probably. Take care and good night.